they're trying to build everything from scratch. And that's really ambitious and really cool. It's going to take a long time. And they're inventing new kinds of optical technology. We invented new optical technology as well, but our goal was to get it into market as quickly as possible. So how can you deliver bigger field of view under $1,000? That's a huge, huge point of importance, right? Because if you just get it in the hands of the enterprises, they might only make solutions for their own companies that never see, anybody outside of their walls. And what we really want to do is empower the whole world to create these things. And there's millions of people who have had dreams about this technology and have simply just been waiting for it to exist to make their ideas come true. We want to arm all those people with the technology. So for the first time now, for $949, which nearly anybody can afford, they can do that. And we can also get it into the enterprises and let them create their specialized applications. And that's why a partner like NSAP is a really exciting one to have, because who's better at building software for the enterprise than these guys?
So is this what you see through?
Yeah, this is all real. So the way that we did this is we literally took a camera, similar to my cell phone camera, it's a little Sony pocket camera, and we put it on a 3D printed rig behind the lens. And what you're seeing now is literally
what you'd see
with a camera behind the lens. So it actually looks even better than what it looks like here. But this is what you see. And of course, some of the crazy things that are possible are the interaction of the digital layer on top of the real world. So in this case, you see an iPad, and you literally are seeing the blocks, cubes, fall onto the iPad. And then the physics of that, you can swipe them off, you can turn it, they'll fall off. You can also have objects like you'll see in a moment pop out of the item. So, I think there's a time period where we're not going to completely displace traditional computing devices. We're going to enhance them, we're going to extend them, and then ultimately we'll replace them. But it's going to take some years to make that happen. And what it really comes down to is getting it in the right hands of people that are going to make those killer applications that are ultimately going to make it so that you guys don't want to be left out or not happy because there's certain things that you can do better. And clearly the example of 3D visualization, whether it's a car or it's a shoe that you're designing at Nike or it's data visualization that you're doing from our other panelists, Sensify, right? It doesn't matter what you're trying to visualize. If it is not flat, if it is three-dimensional, like almost everything in our world, now all of a sudden your 3D digital layer becomes sort of one with your world, and you're one with the data, one with the 3D model. It speeds up the development of any physical product. It speeds up the ability for people to gain an understanding of information, which often is very hard to do when presented flat. The reason that spreadsheets are flat and all these things are flat, it's not because it's the best way to view it, it's because it's the only way to view it with the current technology. And now we need the best minds in the world to figure out how to apply this to all the different areas, and we've got to inspire the world to want to do it, and we've got to have it at the right price to make it possible for people to get it, even if they're not a big giant company, or if they are a big giant company, make it so affordable that they can put it on 100 heads and not even blink, and it's $100,000 to buy 100 units. To a company like many of the Fortune 100 or Fortune 500, who cares? $100,000, it doesn't matter. There's literally headsets that have a worse field of view than this that the big automotive companies, spend $30,000 a unit on. And this beats it from a optics perspective and from a every sort of box you can check perspective. So it's really taking something that in some capacities has existed but much smaller field of view, and now making it much more available. And I think because of that, you're going to see so much more innovation happening in AI.
Can you say in a very simplistic way, what is allowed to leap from VR to AR?
So miniaturization of microelectronics in a lot of cases. So the display technologies have gotten significantly better. The compute power has gotten to a point that it's much better. The sensor technologies are good enough to create a 3D model in real time of the world. It's actually a big innovation for Meta, the ability to do that. Intel just bought a company called Movidius that does that. So there's a lot of dependencies that are needed. I would say there's like 10 or so core technologies that must exist that haven't existed until the last 12 months to make this kind of experience possible. Some of them we had to invent, some of them we had to wait to be invented.